Welcome viewers. On behalf of Iravati Research and Communication Center of or IRCC, this is your host Pratim Ranjan Bose. Today we will discuss the future of petroleum and India's energy strategy. I have with me one of India's top petroleum professional cum academic, Mr. K Mitra, with nearly 50 years of experience under his belt. Known as a top technical brain, Mr. Mitra was Director Offshore and Marketing of ONGC, Chief Operating Officer of GSPC ENP Group, President Exploration and Production at Reliance. He advises top technical consultants in oil and gas sector for different projects, writes books on petroleum sector, and teaches at the Indian Institute of Technology. Welcome, Mr. Mitra.
Yeah.
Sir, a quick question. How long do you think crude or petroleum will be relevant in the era of energy transition? A quick comment, please.
You can see that from transformation to wood to coal, it is 1709, and after discovery of oil and gas, USA 1859, and actually switch over from coal to oil 1960. So this transformation from oil to other energy is not that easy. Is not a money of north-south difference, the money power division, not that. It is a basically policy matter. Every government has to take policy where basically is for zero carbon, or you can say it is not a current climate change theory. So presently hydrogen is about 2%. So we can go hydrogen about 20 to 25% by 2050. It will require a policy matter. So that policy, every company has to be the man or the company or thing who has thought that it is possible to switch over from oil to other form of community of energy, you can say. But as petroleum engineer says, it is a little bit underestimate because we switching over from oil to oil can have just storage capacity reserve available. It can go for another present consumption rate about 90,000 million barrels per day. So it can go another 47 years. But climate and in global warming and other thing is concerned, so everybody is concerned to switch over to zero carbon credit. So it is a multi-pronged strategy. North Meadow ice has been already melted. South Meadow has melted. So global warming is there.
Sir, crude prices had shot up at the start of the Ukraine crisis, but came down. By June. It was almost back to the older level.
Crude price has gone 125 recently, 4 months ago.
Right. I'm just trying to tell something else. You see, again, crude went up this year as OPEC has been cutting production. So OPEC is trying to regulate production to keep crude prices up so that their revenues are maximized. Their point of view is that they lost good money in the past when the oil prices were low, so they want to retain their profit. However, the US was quick to relax sanction on Venezuela. I think it is for 6 months or so. And crude prices again went down. Shale oil apparently is making a comeback. There has been efforts after COVID to bring it on stream. It seems that $70 a barrel is the new normal for crude, and there is no immediate case for high oil prices. Do you agree?
Yeah, I could say that you can say, but 3 days ago, crude price was $76. So last Friday meeting, it has shoot up another $4. So now 26, there is a OPEC and other meeting is at writers informing that 26 November there is a meeting. Analysis says that 1st of January, Russia, one of the major partner, and Saudi Arabia may cut their production to make the price high. About 20% cut will be there. This is the latest forecast in the oil market. Recently this war in Ukraine, though price has increased, but you can see that that production has increased from 90,000 to 100,000 barrels, million barrels per day. Oil has spiked. It is supposed to go to another 1.5 increase, so that meant 102,000. So that is in 2024 forecast is there. So price will not go down much.
But it should not go
For
up
all
like
exporting
as in
countries,
the
that monopoly is there, they will not, because there is a different groups are there.
I
Because
agree.
in this process, the Nigeria has increased their production.
Right.
In this process, why this price has gone down? Whatever you say, Nigeria has increased their production. Kazakhstan has increased their production. Though we are telling that Venezuela has done it, but government of US, they have now put a lot of restriction on the escalation, or you can say price rise in the system. There lot of law has been imposed.
So we are what we have seen between between 2005 4, it started from 2004 or 5, and then steadily oil moved up, reached $100 billion a
160.
barrel. Yeah, reached. In fact, there was a point for I think more than a year when 140 became almost normal, 140 a barrel. So but now I think we are not expecting oil to go down to $50 a barrel. But what I'm saying is that probably the prices will now remain a little stable. It is, there will not be.
I could little want to elaborate at $140. That lot of oil supplier in the high sea, they were about 160 tankers were full of oil. They're storing the oil in the high sea.
Right.
They are artificially creating the barrier. They are artificially, other than Saudi Arabia policy that their production Gawar field has gone down. That time Gawar is the biggest field in the world. So Gawar field production has gone down. So their offshore production has gone down. So they have come up now, but not that level.
Right.
But basically, main player is Russia and Saudi Arabia. Though America is due to sell oil, they are number one now. Though main player in oil is Saudi Arabia, Russia, US, they are the main three players. And below, come down a little below, the Canada and Venezuela is also there.
Right. Sir, after the COVID, when the oil prices had shot up, Saudi Arabia had said that it was quite well publicized, is that during that low crude price era, there was not much investment in assets, in future assets, and that had resulted to a shortage in production, which led to the spike. Now, if oil prices remain at this level, more or less, I mean, which has been the effort of the global powers. So, do you think that the high cost production from say deep water or ultra deep water assets, will there be more investment in these in difficult assets?
If you can, I can give you a little history of Indian offshore, maybe 2-3 words. For last 2 years, Reliance has put 3 field, R-series, other satellite at MJ field. And ONGC is putting 98/2 field 2 days ago. They have put in the field today. So Reliance has increased gas production about 30 mm SCMD. Presently, gas production is India is about 90, and LNG transport import is about 80, 170 million standard cubic meter per day, whereas requirement is 240. Similarly, oil production from East Coast, from Reliance and ONGC will be pick up something. It will reach 30,000 to 35,000 at 1.5 million. So you can say there was a investment process due to policy matter. NELP regime, we gone to OLAP regime, we gone to health regime, the small and marginal field regime. So government is trying its best. But in my time also, we have seen that multinational company like Exxon, Mobil, BP, Shell, though BP are working partially with Reliance, but other partner, ONGC also, Exxon Mobil and other, yes, they signed the contract, but for East Coast and some of the field environment. But India's dependency on oil is 14%. Last year, you can say about 222 million metric ton oil we have imported for refinery.
My question was that whether, that's a $70 a barrel. Will people, I mean, I'm talking globally, will there be huge investments in difficult or ultra deep water assets? I mean, will it justify?
Basically, if you ask me clearly, I have worked in ultra deep water asset in India. Other than Reliance and ONGC, Reliance, most of the field, what are they got in licensing policy, they have been developed. And ONGC have a few fields are there other than 98/2. So the investment, drilling and completing a well in East Coast, it cost $170 million. It is a high cost. 30,000 crores on 98/2 by ONGC will plan to produce something around 20,000 barrels of oil, about 35 MMSCMD of gas from East Coast. Maybe little less because production is coming less amount, so it will be go little less. So what is projected in the plan, it is similar to like that. Actual figure I am not telling. So there will be investment other than Reliance and ONGC. No player is coming to invest here. So all this round NELP, OLAF, HELP, and all this round, there is not much investment there in East Coast. Out of 26 basin, 9 basin has been discovered, 7 are producing, 2 are exploring on development basin. That is a Bindal basin and Bengal basin. So I don't think we will increase from present production at 29.7, we can go maximum 34, 35. That time the dependency may be maintained for 1 or 2 years, about 14, 15. But we have to get oil from outside, definitely. So when we can, if I invest in outside ONGC Bidesh, that is producing about 10 million metric ton of oil, that can be increased. Then African countries.
So actually, you answered the question that I wanted to ask. Then next is that you answered part of it, sir. India's oil and gas production is declining for last 10 years. And the kind of figures that you said that it will go, it will increase to 35 million ton or so. So I think it will go back to the older level, kind of. Now, from the Indian perspective, development of, apparently, for us, oil is strategic because we are basically import dependent. So whatever we can produce in-house in the country has a strategic value. We don't mind paying, for $150 billion, $80 a barrel or $90 a barrel for that oil. So do you think that is where the focus is at this moment?
Focus is government is a little bit shifted towards non-conventional energy, because present government has encouraging electric car, solar energy, and you can certain extent wind energy also, which is supposed to be 6 or 7%. Now it is almost 10 to 12% is there. They are trying to achieve like Germany has a 40% non-conventional energy. They are trying to go to at least 25% coming year. So that dependency will somewhere reduce. But oil as gas production from India, whatever may be there, will not going to increase under 10 million metric ton of oil another 5 years. It is a very difficult task. Investment is more investment, more exploration, more technology, and more empowerment. More the empowerment is required for the manager who going to execute the job.
So you believe there should be, for strategic reasons, India should focus more on oil exploration, right?
Yeah, naturally, because
Now,
26 basin
while I do see logic in government's policy on energy transition, in the sense that if they can reduce part of the import dependence, so that that has a huge impact on the financial stability overall. But we need, there is no escape from oil, as you said, for next 20-30 years. So if that be so, so then in that case we should have, in the current days of global geoeconomics, where countries are stopping supplies of some minerals to kind of put the other pressure on other. So we should have, having some oil of our own is a great relief. And you think that is where the government should focus on, right?
Yeah. Government should focus because in onshore, basically, target area is Assam and Gujarat, basically. But Crane Energy has shown the path. They are put a lot of high technology, shallow depth, and they are producing maximum oil in onshore. Crane Energy, 9 million producing, they're producing from there.
Right.
Whereas remaining are 20 million producing by Oil India and ONGC.
Right.
Reliance just started production by MJ to MJ, so that will go to somewhere in not more than 0.75 million metric ton.
Right.
So that will come. Maybe the June they will try to achieve that one.
So you think there is, as an oil technologist, you think there is still scope on India's onshore?
Yeah, there is still scope. The technology is required. I do not say milking cow is Bombay. Production has gone down like anything. When he started it, 5 lakh.
Sir, what is the cost of per barrel from Bombay High? This EOR enhancements
there
and
is not
enhancements.
much EOR is there. Recently, low salinity flooding has started. That will increase of 1.1, 1.2% of production now. They are going on a pilot scale for EOR. All should be where they will get the gas for injection. The gas for country is having for gas. So 60 million gas produced by ONGC. So after 98/2, some of the income. So Bombay in onshore, 1 barrel production is something like $35. And offshore, it is a break-even near about 48, 47.
Okay.
Because now the production.
And what is the cost in deep water and ultra deep water?
Ultra deep water cost is ultra deep water. I think still we do not
no, globally
calculated the gas. We have the gas prices there. ONGC has not started production, but ONGC the depth is limited to something around 1400, 1500. Reliance now RCD is much deeper, so that is basically gas. MJ is shallower. That is there is a oil production. They are starting it. In a ballpark estimate, you can say that if you can say that $55.
Okay. So that is where the money factor is coming in, that the oil prices is.
But if you see 2007, 2008, ultra deep water rig hiring was 5,80,000. Now that hiring rate has come down to 2,80,000 to 3,20,000. So ultra deep water 6th generation rig cost has come, rental rate has come down.
But I think from investors' perspective, if they are looking at 25
one well, any exploratory well, 75 to 73% cost is drilling well. Cost of drilling.
Right.
So naturally, when an investor, if rig rate goes down, then cost will come down.
Yeah, but he is probably a little apprehensive or not sure about the long-term oil price.